So the purpose of this video is to demonstrate how to defeat the Ulcerated Tree Spirit. He's kind of intimidating because he's huge and thrashes around a lot, but generally while he's thrashing around he won't actually hit you, and he's pretty easy to beat if you know his moveset. So I'm going to start this off by showing clips of each of his common moves, along with explanations for recognizing them and how to dodge them. And the first one we're going to look at is his Slither Chomp attack. So he screams, slithers up the wall, and then dives at you. You basically just want to roll dodge to the side when his head's about to reach you, otherwise you'll get eaten. And next we're going to look at his claw swipe, tail swipe combo. So he kind of moves up towards you, pulls his arm back a little bit, and then swipes. And then he kind of dives back and lashes with his tail. So you just want to dodge into the claw, anticipate the tail swipe, and dodge through that. And the next one is his full tail swipe, which is actually a lot like the tail swipe in the previous clip, but this one is much more telegraphed. You can see he brings it all the way up, and he hits a much larger area. For this one, you just want to wait for it to come around and then dodge through it, and I recommend dodging a second time after you dodge through it because it can wrap all the way around. And next we'll look at his flame breath. So for this one, he wags his head around and gathers fire in his mouth. If you're not close to him, you basically just want to sprint back away from him, but if you're mid-range to him, you want to sprint to the right and up to his body. And this is a good opportunity to get hits in. You can usually get at least 2 hits in while he's doing this. Next we'll look at his neck swipe. So he kind of bends his entire front half to the side and then lashes his neck around in a really wide area. And basically you just want to wait till it's coming towards you and then roll through it. You can get a hit in after that as well. Then we'll look at his head slam. So he kind of wags his head and then arcs it up and slams it down. And you just want to dodge roll to the right a little bit. And he does like to follow this up with a second one. But if you've already dodged the first one and he goes to combo it with the second, you don't need to roll dodge a second time. You can just walk down his body and get an extra attack in or something, like I'm doing here. Next we'll look at his Stomp attack. He only seems to do this one when you're already up close to his body, so you should kind of be looking out for this. So he raises his arm straight up and then slams it down. He likes to combo this one as well. But if you dodge the first one, it's kind of similar to the head slam. If you dodge the first one and you're along his body, you can just kind of move down his body and hit him, rather than dodge a second time. And now we'll look at his combined claw swipes. I combine these because they're all kind of similar, and I think you will avoid damage from most of them if you're just along his body, kind of under his armpit. But basically you kind of want to just dodge through all of them towards his right side and stay as close to his body under his arm as possible. And the last one we're going to look at is his Flame Scream. He only seems to start doing this around 60% and then for the rest of the fight. So he kind of wags his head, starts to glow, and then he explodes from his main body and also has little fiery spots on the ground that explode. So you want to get far away from him, and you want to watch your feet to make sure you're not standing on the fire, and then guard just in case. So now I'm going to go ahead and start the fight, and I'm going to intersperse clips I'll slow down some of his attacks and put clips in just so you can kind of reinforce what they look like. So he's kind of running up towards me, and I know he's going to claw swipe. And he likes to follow that up with the tail swipe, so I'm kind of expecting that as well. So I'm going to roll through his claw, expect the tail swipe, and then just kind of roll towards the end of that too. Even though I didn't really need to there. Okay, so now he's doing his full tail swipe. I can see it, he's bringing it all the way up, and I know he's going to lash it around, so I'm just going to wait for him to start lashing it around towards me and just roll dodge through it. And then I roll a second time, because as you can see I would have gotten hit there when it came back around if I didn't roll twice. And now he's just doing his Slither Chomp attack. I just roll dodge to the side. Now he's doing his head slam. You can tell because he's bringing his head, he's kind of wagging it and then bringing his head up. So you know that's coming and you want to just roll to the side. Now he's doing his neck swipe. So I just want to wait for this to start coming around and then roll through it. And a couple of claw swipes, so I just roll up to his body. And he's doing his stomp now. You could see him raising his arm. He's just going to stomp down. So I'm just going to avoid that, and then this is a good time. I'm not going to attack him yet, but this is a good time to get an attack in because you can see I didn't even have to roll dodge for the second one. So he's doing a slither attack again. He's going to try to eat me. I'm just going to roll to the side. Claw swipe, so I just roll along his body to the right. Chomp me again. Head slam. Now he's going to do one of his claw swipes where he swipes forward and then kind of back. But this is just like the others. You just want to stay alongside his body, basically. Now he's going to try to chomp me again. Okay, now he's wagging his head and he's going to have fire gathering in his mouth. So I know that I kind of need to sprint to the right and then get up close to him. And like I said, this is a really good point to get damage into him. You can get usually at least 2 hits into him while he's doing this. So he did the claw swipe, tail swipe combo. Now he's doing the head slam, and I'm kind of expecting him to follow up with the neck swipe, so I just wait for that and roll through it. Now he's going to try to chomp me again. I'm going to start actually fighting him now. And you'll kind of see that you can pretty much get an attack in after every dodge, basically. So he swipes and I hit him, and he swipes again. I go for another hit. He's going to do a chomp attack at me, so I dodge out of the way. This is a really good time to get attacks in, especially if he follows up with the flame breath. You can get 2 or 3 attacks in easily. So I've been spamming the heavy jumping attacks on him, so it staggers him pretty quickly. So he's doing flame breath, so I know I need to sprint to the right, and I can get an attack or 2 in. His arm went up, so he was doing the stomp, so I got out of the way of that, and then got a hit and did the second one. tried to chomp me again, I dodged, I got a hit in. He followed up with the flame breath again, so I got another hit in and staggered him. So now he's doing his flame scream. And I just know I need to get back, watch out for my feet, and put my guard up. So yeah, his head was wagging, he started glowing, and so I just, oh, and now he's doing a flame breath again, so I know I need to sprint to the right, get up along his body. So he's going to try to chomp me again, and I just dodge, and I get a hit in, which staggered him. So it's going to be a big tail swipe, and I just dodge through that. And throughout this, I'm kind of waiting for another one of these. So I just keep my distance, make sure I'm not standing on any fire, and put my guard up. Then he does the double head slam, so I got 2 hits in him. You can kind of see, you can get an attack in pretty much every time you dodge. If he does his flame breath, you can usually get 2 in. So I do another neck swipe, and I just roll through it and sprint up for an attack. So he's doing his scream in a really bad position for me. I was backed into a corner, and I shouldn't have been. But because I put my guard up, it saved me. So that's why it's important to put your guard up every time that scream comes, even if you think you're safe. It's pretty easy to accidentally be standing in one of the fire spots or be a little too close to him and get hit by the AoE. So yeah, you just want to have your guard up during that. And another tail swipe. And that's how you beat the Ulcerated Tree Spirit. So yeah, basically as long as you know his abilities and can dodge them, you can get hits in pretty much after every dodge. Especially you want to be looking out for when he slithers at you and transitions into the fire breath, because you can get 2 or 3 attacks in every time he does that. So I hope this was helpful. If it wasn't helpful for you, please leave suggestions on how I could be more helpful in the future. And thank you for watching.